In 2010, House Democrats had lost the majority. Paul LePage was governor, and the Republicans controlled the legislature. The outlook was bleak.
But in 2012, with amazing candidates running in all 151 House districts, from Madawaska to Kittery, Democrats took back control of the House majority, and we've kept it ever since. 5 consecutive House Democratic majorities, 6 consecutive special elections, including flipping a Republican seat this past November that was held by the GOP for nearly a decade. Democrats now have a 17-seat majority in the House. And that majority has allowed us to continue our work on behalf of the people of Maine, moving Maine forward and leading with the values that are most important to all of us: common sense, compassion, and independent spirit. And through it all, we have done it with one of the most diverse caucuses in Maine's history.
My name is Rachel Talbot Ross, and I am the Assistant Majority Leader in the Maine House. Serving in my 3rd term, I am the first African American to be elected to leadership. I'm incredibly humbled and honored to serve in that role and to represent Mainers throughout the state. When I won my first election, Republicans around the country were taking control of a record amount of state legislatures. But here in Maine, House Democrats have won 5 consecutive elections. That's because incredible people stepped up in their communities to run for office, listened to their community members, and together we have won. The House Democratic Caucus is now 60% women, and these past 4 years is the only time in Maine's history that women have been the majority of a legislative caucus. Not only are women serving, but they are leading, chairing the majority of legislative committees in Augusta.
I was first elected to the Maine legislature in 2014 at 22 years old, representing my hometown of Biddeford. And since then, I've now had the honor of serving as Speaker of the Maine House, the youngest speaker in Maine's history since 1842, and the first openly gay speaker in Maine's history. I'm also the youngest presiding officer in any legislature in this country. We're showing the nation that Mainers value the perspectives of all people, regardless of their age. It's an honor to represent all House members as Speaker of the House, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents. Over these last 2 years, we have accomplished so much for the people of our state, even during these difficult times. And I am grateful that Democrats have been leading the way on the policies that we've passed, that have become law, strengthening our communities, making sure more Mainers can live, work, and play here in our state.
And our amazing candidates and legislators have led the way.
My name is Michelle Dunphy, and I represent Old Town in the Indian Island voting district in the Maine legislature. I'm so proud to be the majority leader of the Maine House Democrats. We came together, we've worked hard, we've crafted plans, and we were able to move the needle so far this session. It's truly been amazing.
Hi, I'm Morgan Riley. I represent House District 34, which is part of Westbrook. We made great, important strides over these past 2 years in addressing climate resiliency efforts and climate mitigation efforts. And we need to be able to hold the House come November, because it is important and crucial that we build on the great, incredible work that we've done.
I'm Kristen Cloutier. I represent House District 60, which is part of my hometown of Lewiston in the Maine House of Representatives. And I am so extremely excited to be part of the Maine Democratic Caucus. I serve on the Appropriations and Financial Affairs Committee this session, and we were able to do some really, really incredible work providing support for Maine retirees through their pensions, providing $850 direct relief checks to folks, and really supporting child health initiatives. So really excited to be part of this caucus and hope that we can continue the positive momentum.
I'm Jess Fay, and I represent House District 66. This is a rural district that leaned Republican. I was the first Democrat elected in 30 years. And I was elected because I knocked on every door and took the time to listen and try to understand what the people in my district wanted from their representative. And what I learned was they want us to work together to solve the problems, the very real problems that they face every day.
I'm Paige Ziegler, and I'm the state representative in District 96. We are facing environmental issues that demand all of us work together. So I felt I needed to go into the legislature and see if I could help write bills that would protect our environment. I've been very pleased with some of the work I've done, and I've been very pleased with some of the work that fellow legislators have done. You know, we keep hearing this thing about the government's the problem. No, government's not the problem. Government's not the solution. Government's a tool. And like any tool, to get the work done, you need qualified people operating that tool.
My name is Mo Terry, and I am a state representative for Gorham. My kids are grown now, but when I first started, they were still in high school, and the main reason that I went to the House to begin with was to keep them here in Maine. So far, 2 out of 3 of them have stayed. I'm really excited. I hope my third one comes back, but if she doesn't, I know that she's developed skills living in the state of Maine that will keep her happy, healthy, and fighting for democracy for her whole entire life.
My name is Reagan LaRochelle, and I represent House District 59, which is most of the west side of Augusta. Right now, I probably get at least 1 or 2 calls a week from people who need my help. These are my neighbors and my friends, and I'm just so thankful that I'm in this role and that I can support these people in their times of need and work to make Maine a better place.
Along with Governor Mills and our colleagues in the Senate, House Democrats have fought for and won significant progress on so many of the things that we care about, like making sure our children have access to high-quality public education, lowering the property tax burden, access to affordable housing, criminal and juvenile justice reform, expanding rights for workers, promoting clean and renewable energy,
Expanding access to broadband, respecting our tribal needs and fighting for them, fighting discrimination in all forms, protecting the environment and making sure our communities are resilient in the face of climate change,
protecting our fisheries and marine economy, preserving our incredible natural resources, expanding economic opportunities, and reducing the burden of student loan debt.
funding the critical infrastructure that makes our economy work, supporting our children, families, and most vulnerable populations,
Honoring our veterans.
protecting our elections,
supporting sexual assault survivors, and holding institutions accountable.
fighting for equality for women,
Expanding access to affordable and science-based healthcare, and always,
always.
Protecting a woman's right to choose.
Maine House Democrats will always have your back. As we fight for a fair Maine economy, we stand in solidarity with workers, and we make sure that there's affordable housing and quality healthcare for all Mainers.
We'll continue expanding access to childcare and dental care, making sure that women are leading on issues that matter to all of our families.
And we will always be fighting for you. And as we move Maine forward, we will remember and honor our past and the people who have helped make our work possible. But make no mistake, we can't do this without you. We need you with us every step of the way.
We need your support to continue the work you sent us to Augusta to do.
Join us in this critical year at MaineHouseDemocrats.com.